I'm so disillusioned with where the game is at the moment. You know, you cut me open, I bleed Spurs. Honestly, 3 generations. Yeah, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. But I'm totally. The fact that I feel like I can't be bothered to go, and sometimes when we're on TV and it's got to 60 minutes, and I'm like, oh, VAR, there's been these and this and that. I'm like, can I?
VAR.
For me. I don't know what you guys think, but I would totally scrap VAR.
But you picked up on it before, Brad. People that are running the Premier League have not actually played football or got a clue about football. And when you correlate that with VAR,
yeah,
and you pick up on the handballs that have been sort of implemented in the Premier League, and I could pick up on Spurs a few times with Son and Dia. Not Son, Lucas.
Yep.
And the propulsion of the body is going along. And they actually can't do anything to get out of the way of it. And their hands hit the ball. How, physically, can you call that handball? And how are these rules been implemented? And that... My only sense is the conclusion of that is that it's people making the rules that haven't got a fucking clue about the game.
Why do the rules change so much? They've changed already this season.
Yeah,
right?
For me, again. Let's be honest, right? When we've been away games, home games. How much did you enjoy football before VAR?
It's made it worse.
Do we need it?
Well, so the point of VAR...
it's stop and start. It seems like
that's what's so bad.
It seems like Europeans are managing it better.
Would you miss it? Would you, if they said, you know what, we're not doing VAR
I think VAR has a purpose, but I think the point of VAR is to stop these controversial decisions. It's meant to be like black and white, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But they're still controversial every single game. Controversy everywhere. I think that it should be used, but in a certain way.
It seems, but as I said before, the Europeans seem to do it on only certain decisions, and then they quickly turn the game over, whereas we're now getting the ref to look at a monitor. Do they not realise in football tactics, you have the upper half of the game. It matters if the game goes out of play, they stop the game, it completely disrupts the whole momentum.
Everything.
And now you've got them taking, what, 5, 6, 7 minute breaks?
There was one the other week, we're nearly 4 minutes.
So this is why I'm saying I genuinely believe... For me personally, and a lot of people are probably against me, I would totally remove VAR. I don't want it. Listen, I'm a Spurs fan. We got done by Pedro Mendes from the halfway line. The ball was halfway in the goal, right? I've dealt with that.
But if it wasn't for VAR, you wouldn't have got a Champions League final.
But you're totally. But I'm okay with that in the fact that I loved football before VAR. It was everything to me. Joe, we've been to a few away games. Leon away. We went to Man City away. Those last minute goals. You end up 4 rows in front. That euphoria of like.
You can't celebrate
goals now, yeah, exactly. Now you're thinking, oh, hang on,
half heart.
Let's hope it's not offside.
That's exactly what it is
all the time now.
It's very true, and that side of it, I think VAR
You're going to take away the passion, aren't you?
But VAR would be useful for over the goal line. You know, when it goes over the goal line, but doesn't a ref get a sense?
But that's already worked out. We've got the goal line technology, and it is bang on. I wouldn't change it, and it has been perfect, and it has worked every time, apart from the Aston Villa. Yeah, but it's worked, so I'm totally okay with that. For me, leave our game alone.
I think there should be. So I do think it does help in certain occasions. But last year when they started going, his toenail or his heel is offside.
It's a joke.
Come on.
But then where do you stop, Mike?
Well, I think the rule should be
favour the attacker.
If you watch a VAR, you have 20 seconds. If you can't make a decision, the original decision stands.
But that's, for me, that's still going back to someone watching a video.
Yeah, but if it's not obvious, 20 seconds. If it's not obvious, 20 seconds. If it's not obvious.
So what's your overall analysis of VAR? You think that they should implement it and keep it the way it is? Or
not keep it the way it is. It needs, but you've got to remember, it is new.
But you're happy to still try with VAR? Be honest.
I think we are. I think I am, yeah. Because there are certain things that you think, God, if only handballs on a line. I mean, how can that not be? VAR's there. It's fair enough, isn't it? I've seen players handballed off the line, and it's so obvious the ref just missed it.
What do you think, Joe? Be honest.
I think it's counterintuitive because I think with the decisions that are made, you've got the handballs, and you've got certain decisions that need to be made, and it goes over the line. That's fine, then the ref gets a signal. But with certain things like handballs that have happened in the box and other fouls that have been going on, I just think it completely disrupts the flow of the game, and I don't agree with it.
How about this? So same as tennis or whatever, the manager or the captain, you get 3 VAR calls a team, a game.
FA, you heard it here first.
Is that not a good idea?
Mark Sims is making rules.
I'm better than Trevor Brooking. That's better at football too.
Right, let's go.
Is that not a good idea though?
It's a decent
idea. 3
idea.
calls a game.
Well, should we then evolve to the UEFA and FIFA, the people that are actually making the decisions, and how corrupt they are?
Right. So this blows my mind. This is a game. This is a working man's game. You know, this blows my mind that it was a thing. It maybe even still is a thing that the top guys within these, you know, big corporations can do this sort of thing. And what annoys me is we're going to have this conversation. 1 billion people have had this conversation. Nothing is going to change.
No.
These guys are too powerful.
Too much money involved.
But every conversation we've had so far until the end of this show that we do will be revolved around money. That's all it is. Yeah. It's money. Nothing will change. Who was it? Platini got done. What was it?
Sepp
Blatter.
The FBI got raided the FIFA, didn't they?
Well, that was the Americans, right? So they got involved, right? Yeah, totally.
It's so corrupt,
isn't it?
And these are the people that are making the rules. I mean, what is it? Sepp Blatter was doing a speech, and he was going on about the Intergalactic Cup, about how they're going to implement football out of. Honestly, Google it if you're listening. Sepp Blatter of the Intergalactic Cup was talking about how they're going to implement football onto other planets. I mean, the geezer's fucking brain.
He was so corrupt. He actually, when it all kicked off, he actually fled to Switzerland so he couldn't get arrested. Was that right? Do you remember that happened?
Yeah.
He fled to a separate country so he couldn't get arrested by the FBI or whatever
it's all to do with money. Premier League, what do we want to do? A 39th game. Do you remember when that was discussed?
God,
we'll do a 39th game in
something.
China or America.
Right.
And then you've got the Euros and the World Cup now. Look at how many teams are actually in the Euros and World Cup now. It's way too many. Why do they want that? Because it's money.
Well, Champions League has come from that, isn't it?
This is what I'm saying. The Champions League is a perfect example.
Champions League, but you've got teams we have never heard of.
Like Arsenal.
Like Arsenal.
You've never heard of.